Dr. Stephen Stokes, Fort Myers Health Rant. Greatest exercise in the world. In general, I don't recommend a lot of exercise in my clinic. And I always get criticism for that. And the reason is because I find that in chronic pain patients, the worst thing I can do with them is to give them a lot of aggressive exercise. Their bodies are already broken down, and we need to use all that energy that they have to heal. We don't want to waste it on doing sort of mindless, repetitive exercise. And don't forget that exercise breaks down the body. So when you build muscle, you build it because you break it down so it builds back stronger. So again, especially in the beginning, in the early stages of care with my chronic pain patients, I don't recommend exercise. In fact, if they're doing a lot of aggressive exercise, I take them off the exercise. And then I get physical therapists call my office, and their doctors call, and they all go crazy and they yell at me for taking them off of their exercise program. But the truth is that it's probably wearing them down or damaging the tissues more than it's helping. But there is one exception. The greatest exercise for any chronic pain patient, really anybody, to do is with this device, and this is called a UBE, upper body ergometer. Now, when you look at it, it's not that impressive, you know? There's no fancy bells or whistles or anything. And the way it works is very simple. You just grab hold of these two handles, and then you cycle with your arms like this. And this particular model has an adjustment here for the resistance, and it has a scanner that keeps track of how many rotations and time and all those sorts of things. And these range anywhere in cost from about $35, and up. This one I think is about $100. And you don't have to buy a fancy one. You can go down to Walmart and you can buy one of these things for less than $50. And if you've got somebody in chronic pain, or if you've got an elderly parent or somebody you care about that's having trouble getting out of the house, or somebody suffering, you buy them one of these. And here's what it does. There's a part of the brain that modulates pain, meaning that when the signals come up to the brain, before they cross over and your brain decides what to do with them, they go through what's known as the cerebellum. And the cerebellum is sort of the gatekeeper of the whole brain. The cerebellum is back here, and it sort of modulates or controls all the information coming into your brain. The cerebellum is good for a lot of things. It also takes care of balance, coordination. So when you're out and you've had too much to drink and you're stopped on the side of the road and the police officer says, stand up and close your eyes and do this here with your eyes closed, right? And you're doing all this. The reason you're doing all that is because the alcohol affects the cerebellum. It messes it up. So you have no coordination. So this exercise device, what it does is it coordinates hand movement. It actually strengthens your cerebellum, your brain. Now, yeah, there is some cardiovascular component. There is some endorphins that get released. I mean, this is an exercise, right? But the real value of this is not the physical exertion as much as it's the building of your brain, of the cerebellum. As you strengthen your cerebellum, what will happen is your body will have a higher tolerance to pain. You'll be able to deal with pain better. Your brain will be more effective in any kind of coordinative motions, walking, anything like that. And if you're a patient that's been hypersensitized over the years because you've been in pain, somebody that sits down, and if you're sitting for more than 3 or 4 minutes, all of a sudden you've got a lot of pain in your buttock. Well, with this type of training, with this type of exercise, what you're going to find is that will lessen. You actually will have less pain. So you can't beat it. It's called a UBE, or upper body ergometer. Now, you can come into my office and be part of my pain program, and when you are, before you leave, you're going to be doing this. You're going to be on, this is set up in a different room, you're going to be doing this, and while you're doing it, you're probably going to be breathing some enhanced air as well to sort of get more oxygenation to the brain. But the bottom line is you're going to be doing this. You can go and buy one of these, and you can do it yourself. We want to try to build up to doing this 20 minutes, twice a day. I mean, that's the level of intensity we want. 20 minutes twice a day. If I have a patient that's suffering from severe arthritis, somebody that's almost bedridden, again, I start them off nice and slow, 5-6 minutes, but I want to build them up 5-6 minutes twice a day no matter what. And I build them up to 20 minutes twice a day. When they get to that level, when they can do this for 20 minutes twice a day, and they're doing it 5-6 days a week, usually at that point, the cerebellum has been developed enough that they're going to feel the benefits. So it's a great, great exercise for anybody in chronic pain, anybody suffering from any type of chronic pain condition, anybody suffering from any kind of dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, any of these nasty chronic conditions are going to benefit from this. And it's simple. You just put it on a tabletop, do whatever you want. If I have a patient in my office and they have shoulder problems, like just so much pain that they can't do it, I'll put it on the floor, and while it's on the floor, and they'll cycle on the floor. It's more effective to use the arms because the way that the tracks, the neurological tracks are connected, but you can do it on the floor. You can use it as a bike. I have one lady who likes it so much, she does 20 minutes on her legs, and then she does 20 minutes on her arms, and she does that twice a day. And it's her main way of getting exercise and stimulating her brain because she can't go out and walk. She has a walker. She can't go out and walk outside or jog or something stupid like that. So she does this, and this keeps her healthy. It's a great device, and if you're having pain, or if you know somebody that's having pain, or somebody that's not able to get out and get moving, because walking, in my opinion, is the very best exercise, just getting out and walking around, that's what I do. If you can't do that, or you're having pain, you may want to look into a UBE, upper body ergometer. These are fantastic, they produce results, and within 30 days, you're going to see some amazing changes in how you deal with pain, in your mood, all sorts of things. You're not going to build Arnold Schwarzenegger arms on this thing, but that's not the intention. And you're not going to burn, you're not going to sweat the pounds off with this either. Again, that's not what it's designed to do. We want to build and strengthen the cerebellum in the back of the brain. Okay? Great. Any questions, comments, anything you want, send them to me. I answer all questions. If you want to know more about this or anything else that you've heard about on this website, on this YouTube channel, get in touch with me. Check out my book on drstokes.com, and wish you all the best. Healthy, happy 2012.